Hello, my name is Ava Thaman, and I'll be peer reviewing Austin Carnahan's images. The first question that is listed is: does the artist generally understand the requirements of the project? To me, I think he understands what the project is about, but he's not going about it the right way. I think with what I am understanding of the photos, he could have made it into a big project, bigger than he made it. Another question is: what are the images and about? What story is the artist trying to tell? From what I am looking at, most of his images are of tobacco and like a cell phone and candy. And to me, I think that can, and alcohol, I think that can resemble an addiction photo. That's the story that he was trying to get at because dip, the tobacco that he is photographing, alcohol, your phone, all of that is an addiction to many people in our world today. And another question is: are there particular images within the portfolio that stands out the best, and why? There is one image that I would say stands out the best, and I think is the photo of a bottle of alcohol, because if I'm correct on what he is trying to convey in these images, alcohol is a big addiction and it affects many people around, affects many families, affects many individuals across the world. And then another question is: are there are particular images within the portfolio that stand out as weak or needing improvement, and why? I do think a lot of his photos need improvement because the one image that I mentioned in my last question was probably the best one. Many of them are just straightforward, not giving really any angles. So I do think that majority of his portfolio could be a lot better. And what things could the artist do to improve the images and enhance the narrative qualities of the images? Like I said before, just getting different angles, and maybe instead of just taking photos of certain objects, example for like the alcohol bottle, just a picture of a phone and a picture of the tobacco, I think he could have made it more of a story, including like people he may know, and they could act out like someone's struggling with addiction, someone's struggling with alcoholism, or struggling with being addicted to tobacco and all those things. I think he could really take his topic to the next level. Another question is: how effectively has the artist used the elements and principles of design/photography to compose the images? Like I said, he could have done a lot better with getting certain angles and just, again, conveying a better story than just taking pictures of objects around the house that, well, it looks like he was just in the house taking them real quick. But I do understand the story that he is trying to tell. I hope I'm understanding correctly. But addiction is a big problem, and I think it was good of him to capture some photos and really get that out into and put it into his project, because it is something that I think is majorly looked over. Alcoholism, or just addiction in itself, many people look over it and not think it, and they don't think it's a real disease. But with his photos, even though I think he could improve on them a lot, I think it still tells a story as to what's happening in the real world. And another question is: do the images convey a sense of the unreal, hyperreal, or surreal, or some combination of all of these? I think it's a combination of all of them, because it is surreal, it is hyperreal, and it is unreal. Like, some of the things you just don't want to see and don't want to think about, and that's why I think I support the way he is conveying his images, or I support the topic he is trying to discuss in his images.